Hey there, Duelist Jump subscribers. It's Shadow X here, and today I'm going to be doing an Assault Mode deck profile. I did this deck profile, or I made this deck quite a bit of time ago. I just did it for kicks and giggles. It's a fun deck. It's not the best deck. I'm not going to say, oh, this deck's amazing. But it's not bad either. It actually has a lot of very good potential, is the best way I can put it. Because there's many things with it that just work and flow, and if it's like dimensional, no, I can stop you, whatever. So, I do apologize for this deck being on Dev Pro. I don't have all the cards yet for it, because I'm missing some of the actual Assault modes themselves. But when I made this deck, I made it out of cards that generally people will have to the side or will have extras of. I know Supply Squad or Supply Unit, whatever you want to say, is maybe a little different, but I figure that so many people love to hoard this card or love to get so much of it because it's so good that you probably have some extra. And besides, the deck kind of does need draw power. Because I'm not big on Upstart personally, but this deck does need it. Because, I mean, this is going to be a linked out duel anyway. Extra deck cards, like I said, are things I have lying around. Stardust, there's been so many printings now, especially with the Shadow Spectre Special Edition. You should have a few laying around. I understand Red Dragon Archfiend you might not, but, you know, if you're making a deck, you can get them. It's not that bad. Crimson Blade are not that bad. This is going to get a reprint soon, so I figured, hey, you can put it in, just for the extra. And then, once again, these are extras that I would figure you guys would have. You know, don't really make them often, but it's, you know, a choice that you have. Side deck, I generally, like my side deck, I don't actually side out for this. It's just stuff that I'm looking at that you could put in the deck, like another Assault counter, triple Mirror Force for that defensive play. Same with Wabaku, and Assault Slash, which is like another torrential, in a sense. So I'm using the Hieratic Dragon engine. To me, that's a more reliable way to actually get out other than just going straight tuner, synchro, blah, blah, blah. Because you're only trying to make 8s. So this is perfectly fine of what you need. So of course, since I have the 6s for the Hieratic Dragons, I'm going to use the level 2 tuner. Most people, like when they look at this deck, they are confused by the Luster Dragon. But pretty much it's if you don't have him in your hand, Sue, but you have Tefnuit in your hand and Luster Dragon, you can special him, normal him, and then still go for that synchro play. It's just a little extra something. Same with the set. I have him in because you don't necessarily want to use Tefnuit if you don't have to, because you're not going to be normal summoning in this deck. You really aren't. So you can still normal a set and special Sue just in case if you draw into him later. Because generally I don't bring him out. I don't care if I draw into him. He's not a dead draw to me. He's just another option. Then of course, since it's the Assault deck, you have the triple Stardust Assault mode, which is what I suggest you bring out pretty much every time. Because it negates anything. Whether if it's in the field, banished, hand, graveyard, it's pretty good. I mean, of course you have to tribute it, but it comes back. Of course, I tech in a little Darkness Dragon because you run mostly dragons, so why not just make them that much more? A way to consistently get into your Assault mode activate, so you don't have to just wait until you draw into it, is Assault Beast. He's so good because you can just discard him and add. And then Assault Mercenary, he recycles your Assault mode if you already used all of them. Generally, he's more endgame. But of course, so you can get into the engine of the Heretics, you have Heretic Seal. For all the draw power, you have Upstart, Supply Squad, and Assault Teleport. If you dead draw into either of these, the Stardust Dragon or the Red Dragon Archfiend Assault modes, you can go ahead and put them back in the deck and then draw 2 cards. I know a lot of people were doubting how consistent this card will be, and every time I've played, I've used this card. I know that if I draw into Assault mode, it's not the end of the world because you do have Assault Teleport. And it's nice to draw 2 cards after that because then you'll generally draw into your Supply Squad, your Assault Mode Activate, things like that. It's a needed card, absolutely, and it's very, very consistent. Of course, the Assault Mode Activate, Assault Slash. For those of you who don't know what Assault Slash does, it's just like Torrential Tribute, but it only does face-up monsters, and it's not when you summon a monster. This deck is pretty basic, but it's what you do with it that makes it good. Because of course, you just bring out your Stardust or bring out your Red Dragon Archfiend, you just attack away. And then when they have Dimensional, you chain with Assault Mode Activate. And then they flip out because they're like, who the fuck uses that? So that's fun. Excuse my cursing. But then you go ahead and attack again with their Assault monster. And then you can Assault Slash, which destroys all face-up cards, and it also destroys your Assault mode, which allows you to bring back either your Stardust or your Red Dragon Archfiend. What I honestly use it for is I'll attack directly with Stardust, activate Assault Mode Activate, bring out my Stardust Assault mode, attack with him, and then go ahead and use Assault Slash and attack with Stardust again, because that's 8,000 right there. This deck is possible to go for OTKs, and I've done it quite a bit. But I mean, it's not going to happen every time, so don't expect this. The deck isn't meant for an OTK. It really isn't. But it's quite possible. It's quite easy. Now, other than having this to negate anything, it's only a speed spell of 2. So what you do have is Assault Counter, which does exactly the same thing, except it's speed spell 3. And all you have to do is control an Assault Mode monster, which that's the whole point of the deck, so that ain't going to be too hard. Then, of course, you have your triple, threat. I did have Solemn Warning in here at first, but then I realized most people aren't going to have a Solemn Warning laying around somewhere, So this is kind of a more budget deck, I guess, in a sense, but it's still a very fun deck to play. So tell me, guys, I want to know what you think about the deck. I suggest you try out the deck, see how you like it. This isn't meant for meta. I don't make decks to fight in Tier 0, Tier 1. Most decks I make that I'm going to be showing you guys are going to be like Tier 2, honestly. Because the only deck I keep up with to stand up against the meta is my main deck, W14. So please comment, like, subscribe, and this is Shadow X, signing out.